Wait till I take this out. There you go. Hi, how you doing, everybody? Welcome. It's Monday, January the 30th, 8:40 p.m. Thank you so much for being live with us. This is Loud and Proud Orlando. We're about 10 people live right now. Thank you so much. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Before we start, I want to encourage everybody to keep subscribing. We're almost short to 510 subs, so we're getting up there. Let's get to that 520 mark. Help us out. So just click on the notification bell for all notifications, subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you so much for your support. We have a lot of news, some Orlando City news, ready for the preseason already. They've been playing in Bradenton as well, Orlando Pride. There've been a lot of changes in the Pride coming up. Also, we had an Icelandic midfielder sighting somewhere in Central Florida. So we'll talk about that. And welcome, John. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, buddy. How are you? Excited. I'm ready to talk some soccer in Orlando City this week. Let's go.
All right. Dave, how are you?
Doing pretty good here tonight from Lebanon, New Jersey, on the road. Because, ladies and gentlemen, those season tickets are gonna pay themselves. I'm doing good. You guys are doing okay.
There you go.
You're enemy territory,
Yeah,
David.
you're in the Red Bulls. Yeah, right with the Red Bulls right there. You're taking some notes, making sure, see what lineup they're getting.
Well, actually, I started the day in Baltimore. Then I went to Hanover, Pennsylvania, and then I drove here. And tomorrow I'll be in Manhattan, and then the day after that I'll be in Long Island, and then after that in Boston. So I guess, doing the Northeast MLS tour. So we'll see.
All right. Paola, how you doing? Good evening.
I'm doing fantastic. Happy Monday, guys. As always, good to be back and excited to talk about Orlando City with you guys.
All right. So let's go with some comments from the get-go. We have Daniel Phillips. Thank you so much for your support, sir. The season ticket members got the opportunity to tour Exploria. The away locker rooms are hilarious. I wonder if that really affects the away team. It cracks me up to think Arsenal changing in there. I don't know. What are your thoughts there, John? I never seen the. I'm not allowed to see that side. So I never.
To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever been in the away
Yeah.
locker room.
Yeah.
I just never thought to go in there. I have heard there is something that tries to put people off. Like it's supposed to be disconcerting for the away team. What that exactly is, I can't remember, to be honest. I don't think I've ever
like
been in there. Why would I
like-
care? I only care about Orlando.
I know, right? Maybe some Florida taffy or something they leave there. I don't know. All right. So let's start with some so some of the topics we got today. So obviously we have a lot of news regarding Orlando. We're going to start with our predictions of the home opener today. I want to say hello to Alonzo. He gave us some news regarding Jansen and AC. I'm going to go ahead and put his tweet right here. They were a little disconcerting. It says Antonio Carlos and Robin Jansen didn't complete the entire week at the IMG preseason training. One of them is confirmed to come back to training this week. So, I mean, hopefully this doesn't sound like someone's injured and it's not even it's preseason, right? So we're gonna look at our depth and maybe do some plug and play predictions regarding your starting 11. So let's start with John and see what would be your starting 11 coming up next season for Orlando City. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the
Alrighty.
board right here.
I think up top it's going to be Kara. They'll build it on what he did last year with his 12 goals and hopefully get 15 or 20 goals this season. And then I'm going to do something a little strange across the next three positions behind Kara. I'm going to say that he's going to play a number 10 like you usually do in the hole, but I think in that position might actually be Facundo Torres for most of the season. And now we can debate this. It could be Ojeda there instead. And you'll see the reason that I think we might be doing this. Then on that left wing position, I'll go ahead and put in Gaston Gonzalez. And then on the other side, on the right wing, you can put in Ojeda. Now, those three, I think, we'll have some rotation and be able to float around. But I get the idea that maybe Gonzalez could be a starter this season. We didn't obviously get to see him at all last year, but from what I understand, he's an extremely good player. And we got so many wingers. I think maybe this is a way to get an extra one in. Then behind that, I reckon Pereira in the deeper position, like we saw him a bit more last year. Next to him, going with Arujo. And then on the back line, I've got our new left back, Santos, with Janssen and Carlos in center back. And then at right back, giving Mikey Halliday the chance for the season. And then in goal, Pedro Galese. Now I know this might be me thinking a little bit outside the box, but this could be where Papi is thinking and how to get all his players on the field, all what I consider maybe our best players on the field at one time. Maybe Gonzalez is a starter, maybe it isn't, but I thought that this could be what he's up to.
Right. I definitely see the interchangeability of the three men right here. Um, Torres, Gonzalez, and Ojeda. Definitely that's something that I will think in transition. In transition, it will be very dangerous for any team that's playing against Orlando. So I totally agree with this. I don't know. What are your thoughts there, Dave?
No, I also agree. I wouldn't change anything when it comes to that. Anything right now is speculation on our behalf. To add to the tweet by Alonso,
Hmm.
I don't want to go into panic mode with that. I know we all know that Antonio Carlos had visa issues at the beginning of the preseason. He also has two daughters and a wife. Things happen, you know. I mean, when you have kids, somebody got sick, there's an issue with the cable or the internet, whatever. I mean, as the husband, you have to go. You have to go and fix those issues. Also, I believe Robin Jensen's girlfriend lives with him here, and
Yeah, I
they
didn't even know that.
yeah, I believe they are. If I could be mistaken, but anyhow, the point is, you know, Robin left early last year to go work on his rehab, and once again they're moving into town. And when the off season is done, these guys you know tend to pack their things and go. So I don't want to read too much into that. With Robin, it will be devastating because the guy just just spent all those months working on the rehab. And Antonio Carlos was in fantastic condition. I mean, he was posting all those videos online about him exercising and everything like that. So again, I don't want to think negatively. If the club is very good when somebody's injured, they just flat out say it. And if it's gonna happen, better now than in the middle of the season.
Right, Paula, will you make any changes to the starting 11?
The only change will be Holiday, and it's because of the experience for Kyle Smith, and then Holiday will be coming out as a sub. I personally will agree. I would like to see Holiday as a starting, but I don't see him as of yet.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with the change also, but I also, in a way, see it just like John. Let's see what people say. Sergio Ruiz Torres. I want to say hello to Sergio. I want to congratulate him too. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, but congratulations. It's good to see when good good broadcasters and good journalists get what they deserve, and definitely Sergio is definitely one of them. I think we're very happy that he's going to be part of the Apple TV broadcasting team. So congratulations, my friend. I'm very happy that you're going to be coming next week here to Loud and Proud. Definitely, we have a discussion regarding everything Orlando City. So excited for you, and I'm sure your family is also very excited. A lot of work, I know, but definitely you're gonna definitely thrive, my friend. Very, very happy for that. So thank you, Sergio. Orlando City Fan TV says maybe Enrique up top. Yeah, I mean we can definitely do that. Let's go ahead and dive in. This is the changes I will make. I agree with Holiday in the sense that I would like to see Kyle Smith more of a change of pace player, make an immediate impact as a sub. I think we've seen the best of Kyle Smith when he comes off the bench. Not to say that he's not a good starter. I'm just saying I think it's Holiday's time to shine
To
and to
shine,
show.
yeah.
Now, once you see him tremble the first few matches, then as a coach, you got to make sure you either correct that. And if he's not getting it, then you have to find solutions right away because Orlando season is short. So then I would make a change here. I would actually, I like Araujo here, but here I would put Cartagena and I will start with I mean, I guess you call me. I'm a little bit defensive. That's just defense to me. It's great, especially having three players like the caliber of Ojeda, Torres, and Gonzalez. Give me a little bit more. I mean, we don't know yet the extension if there's any injuries between AC or Jansen. But if let's say one of them is knocked off and maybe we see Rodrigo here, we've seen Rodrigo when he, in a way, comes back into his position from the other team going into the attack. He kind of stumbles sometimes, doesn't even know where to position himself, and leaves a gap open between both midfielders. Well, between the six and the left back, leaves a huge gap, and that's where Orlando's being attacked several times through Columbus and teams like that. So I think Cartagena right there. I think Cartagena needs this year. It needs to be his year. Is he has a lot to lose this year if it's not his season. No national team because there's a young phenom called Jesus Castillo in Peru on his coattails, and if he stumbles, he's going to take his position in the Peruvian national team. So it's better for him to shine, see him shine. He's a great player. We just haven't seen him get a whole preseason together. So I would like to see Cartagena and Araujo right there. And right here, I will just switch Ojeda for Torres. And you probably ask why. Because Torres is used to that position on the wing already. And like John was saying, these three could pretty much interchange positions. We can see Gonzalez on the right. We can see Torres on the left. We can see them in the middle. So these three are going to be rotating constantly, which is going to make you know defenses kind of they don't even know where they're going to go to mark them. So that's going to be the nice thing of having three dynamic players up top, and then right up top. Even though Ramiro Enrique is an under 22 initiative, he definitely plays some good games at Belgrano. Sorry, Banfield. Uh, I think we should definitely stick with Kara for now. But again, you have to, if he's not scoring and you have a huge schedule ahead, you have to make tough decisions. And so I think Kara, in a season in which he came in, he did score a lot of goals for his position, even though fans maybe they believe that he's not up to par, but I give him a benefit of the doubt. So I'll probably start with Kara. That'll be my lineup. So it'll be Galese up top, Santos, Jensen, AC, center back duo, Holiday, Araujo and Cartagena right in the mid. As a 10, it'll be Ojeda. Right wing Torres, left wing Gaston Gonzalez, and up top Urgent Cara. I don't know if you guys have any ideas. I don't know if John wanna say something regarding the starting 11 I placed on there.
No, yeah, I agree. I think the only one maybe you can't perhaps switch out of positions would be Gonzalez. It seems to me like he is just an out and out left winger. He wants to run
Yeah.
up the left wing and cross with his left foot. Whereas I totally agree. Ojeda and Torres remains to be seen which one of them takes that number 10 role. And maybe it's more suited to Ojeda's skills than Torres's skills. But I think all of them will move. What I like about you putting Cartagena in there is with Pereira, like I put in, I feel like we could be a little bit deceptive. Defensively, weak. Whereas if you add Cartagena, you've got two very strong defensive midfielders next to each other, and that really solidifies and allows the other four guys to be able to go and attack and not have to worry so much.
Right,
not
and
about their defensive work
right
all the
into
time.
right into add into that, John. When let's say Orlando's winning 2-0, right? And goes to half, minute 75. No, let's say minute 70, and Papi makes a change. He can change the lineup to Araujo right here, takes Cartagena off, and you have Mauricio Pereira and Ojeda right here. And it becomes 4-1-4-1 in a way in transition. So, and I think a fresh off the bench, Pereira to be a disruptive player, I think that'll be a great tool and a great, you know, cat out of the bag type of thing. The surprise element. That no one sees coming, right? And he's good with his feet, so set pieces and things like that. I think those will be important for us to have off the bench. Now, obviously, people are going to say, "Oh, but he's the captain," right? But we have to do what's best for the team. That's how I see it. We have to do what's best for the team. So, um, let's read some comments. It says here, Sergio Ruiz. It says, "Thank you so much." No, thank you, my friend. Colin Garby, congrats, Sergio. Very, very happy for you. I love your play-by-play calls. How you doing, my friend? And then Enrique up top, Orlando City Fan TV. Do you guys think? I think Enrique could definitely do it up top, but it's just I want to see Kara. I want to see what he can do. Do you want to comment, anyone?
I think he's coming out of the bench first, and then Kara, he needs to prove himself. If not, they're gonna switch him. I don't know. It's gonna happen, but I think Kara will be different this year, and prove us wrong this year. Hopefully, if not, Enrique is gonna start. That's gonna happen.
Definitely,
My
definitely.
opinion, the rumor that he was on the trading block persisted long enough for even the most conservative fan to think that that was going to happen. It's up to is Kara's position to lose. He has to score goals. We were one of those teams that rarely that did not score tons of goals, and our home form shows that. The Papi special era has to go away, in my opinion. You can never rely on one goal results. We have seen how that can go haywire. And the perfect example of that was the game against Atlanta, where we were significantly solid, failed to score. They scored one, they won the game. End of the story. Um, to be honest with you, I think Kara has, he has to look at himself in the mirror and say, you're a bad SOB because until he believes it. Because if he's not gonna score goals, like I said to everybody this year, I'm not married to anybody. I want to win, and if Kara's not gonna score goals, then we need to find somebody that will.
I totally agree. And, I want to give a shout out to this gentleman right here. I saw his post on Twitter, Mike Spillane. I don't know if he watches the show. If you do, thank you, because I'm going to use your graphics right now. I think he did a list. It was very insightful. Like, look at the departures, right? Of on one side, you have Ruan, Benji, Urso. There's a Ruan left, and you got Salim, right? A draft pick. Then you Benji left, you got Ojeda, which is a DP. Urso, then you have Dan. I'm gonna call him Dan. That way, so I can make sure that I pronounce his name correctly. Then you got Pato, and then you got Shaq. It was a draft pick. Moutinho. Then you got Santos and Petrasso. Joy Desart. Then you got Loyola, homegrown, Fabian Loyola, Tesho. Then you got Ramiro Enriquez, an under 22 initiative. Alvarado was sold to Liga Deportiva Universitaria in Ecuador, and we have nobody there yet. Perea, under 22, he left to Philly. We got Felipe from Austin. Moreni left. We got Gaston because he was injured last year, Gaston Gonzalez. And then Joaquini, he went to St. Louis. And then we got Duncan, the draft pick, right? So, I mean, uh, rate from, I don't know, I guess 1 to 10. I mean, I think the front office was busy this year, and I think they still haven't ceased to surprise us. So I'm hopeful. There's one more signing left. So I don't know. What are your thoughts there, John?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of these don't quite line up the way he's got them. Not quite positionally right
Right.
for right. It's kind of hard to exactly
Yeah.
be like this guy left and this guy
Hmm.
came in to replace him. It doesn't always work like that. Like Huan, for example, is as we're talking about, all the players were already at the club that we think are going to replace him. So there wasn't really brought anybody in specifically for that. What I would say for our offseason, like out of 10, on paper, like I think we're at 8 or 9 out of 10. I think there's really very little more I would ask for. Maybe a center back. I would love that. Then it would be 10 out of 10 for me. Really, I think Luis and Ricardo couldn't have done a better job with the outgoings and the guys they managed to retain. I think that's a big part of what we're not talking about this season is we managed to buy down Mauricio Pereira's contract, keep him. We managed to keep Galese in all of the
Yeah.
midst of maybe going to a World Cup and, maybe being poached by European teams. We're still holding on to Facundo Torres, so obviously they're doing some work there to keep people at bay.
Then he's
So I
going to
think,
Wrexham
yes,
United.
right, Wrexham. So I think, yes, they did an incredible job, and they lost some guys that they probably weren't looking to lose, like Junior Urso. I probably wasn't on their list to be like, okay, he's going to be gone
Right.
next year. They probably thought he was going to be here. So sometimes you have to work on the fly like that, and I think these guys have done an incredible job at not only retaining but bringing in replacements. So I'd give them, like an 8 or 9 out of 10 this season for the off.
What about you, Paula? What are your thoughts regarding some of the signings?
I mean, we're getting recognized in the MLS. It says a lot because 3 years ago or 4 years ago, we never been mentioned, even mentioned in the MLS page, never before. So that says a lot. I'm ready to see them in paper. We're the most offensive, best team right now, and like we said before, like we are expecting them uh, to be, gelled really good and uh I don't know, Poppy, you got a really, 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 really big
Yeah, they had
job
a good
this year.
squad. Yeah, and they
So
had a good squad. I think he has I
he,
think he has a really good squad this year
he
too.
doesn't have, yeah, I don't like, he doesn't have excuses. I don't know, but I'm super pumped. We have a good squad this year. The defense, but I'm super happy. Luis Musi and Ricardo, kudos to them. They have been super busy. I think they have been the most busiest this three past month out of them all. So
No, that's right. Dave.
But yeah, I would like to add, my friend. So the reality, in my opinion, is Oscar Pareja has been given the best Orlando City team in the MLS era. So, like Paola said, there's no excuses at this point. Um, this is the last year of his contract. Last year we said that it was his last, and our friend Mike Gramajo asked the questions, and indeed is this year. The fact of the matter is that last year his job uh, almost left. It was almost taken away from him, and he was given an opportunity. Uh, this incredible, talented team has been assembled, and he has to perform. So with that said, the opportunity is there for us to win games and to excel. And at the end of the day, it's on Oscar Pareja. It's on Oscar Pareja to win the games, because I think the fans have super high expectations. We already lifted a trophy this last year. The expectations, we're gonna do the same this year. And I finished with this. Our friends down south had two friendlies, 8, 9 goals, had failed to score a single goal in preseason. And our friends to the north just had a friendly against a NISA team. This is like fifth division, and they drew 3-3. So the reality for those teams is a painful one in 2023. So hopefully we'll be able to dish out some cold dishes
Well,
for.
yeah, definitely. To add on that, Luis Abram from the Peruvian national team used to be from Cruz Azul in Mexico. He's potentially being targeted by Atlanta United as a starting center back this season, as a trade. No, no, as a loan, for one season with the option of buying him next year. And it's apparently everything's going well between Cruz Azul and Atlanta. So you may be getting some news within the next week regarding that. If Atlanta lands him, I don't know if Miles Robinson's still in that team, but I mean he'll be. I mean that'll be a. I mean that's a good center back duo. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah,
I mean
Robinson's just coming back from injury. He's going to be playing this
yeah.
season.
So I mean, they're gonna be a good center back duo. I mean, I'm not trying to knock his thunder, for Dave or anything like that. I'm just saying because I just remember that because I was like, oh my god, yeah. So, but anyways, let's switch to OC because we got people are definitely talking a lot of out of this gentleman. I call him Dan, but it's Dagur Dan Thorholson, right? Thorholson, I think. And he's apparently one of the most underrated. And I'm gonna from this colleague right here, Lucas Arnold, Dagur Dan Thorholson, 22, from the Breidablik, heading to Orlando City. He's the most underrated talent in Iceland. That he said that August 31st of last year. So I mean, we're getting a player that again, it's you know high reward, low risk. That's in my book. National team player. He had some caps with his national team, and according to Twitter, Instagram, he's already in Orlando. So I think this is bound to happen, guys. He's in Cocoa Beach. He's by the pier.
Getting his suntan right
Exactly.
there.
He's right there, enjoying the waters of Central Florida. I don't know. What are your thoughts regarding his signing, John?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week, and it seems like it's getting closer and closer to a done deal. There's a few verified sources of people that we know who have said it's going to happen, and now this. So I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be announced hopefully in the next week or so. He definitely looks like he describes a Swiss Army knife of a midfielder.
Yeah, right.
I think it's maybe up to Poppy and the Orlando City coaching team to figure out where does he work best. Sometimes players come to you and they're not necessarily like, oh, I'm an attacking midfielder and I need to cut in from the wing and this is how I play. And maybe they don't know that yet, or maybe this guy has so many skills, no one's pigeonholed him into a certain position. And maybe we don't want to do that either. Maybe he's great for us as a guy who can fill in lots of roles and we can put out in the field, who's going to work hard and have the skills to play, across anywhere in the midfield. Or I have seen some reports that say he even played left back for a game.
Right.
So it seems like he could do a bit of everything. What his best skills are remain to be seen. And I think that's what I'm excited about seeing is, what do we think we can use this guy for?
I'm just going to say this, and then I'm going to pass the mic to Paula and then Dave. This is what's a Facebook moment. When Michael Moran says, play, haha, ding dong. 22-year Icelandic midfielder reportedly in town, ready to sign a contract. I love how the Wolves are bringing in young talent that can contribute much right away and possibly sell once they develop, much better than league standards of planning sign big names on their last legs. There you go. I just want to give kudos to Michael Moran. I agree on that. But I'm just going to say something really controversial. I did not see the same excitement. And I'm going to say this because he's from Iceland, guys. All right? I'm just saying. You didn't get the same excitement when Araujo was announced. It was not the same excitement when Gaston Gonzalez was announced. And I just don't want to be controversial here, but it's just kind of weird. I'm just saying. I don't know what your thoughts there, Paula. Go ahead.
No, and look at that little diamond that we got from Araujo.
Yeah, that's
one of the best midfielders that we have. and everybody's like, where the like Orlando City got this player from?
No,
So it's yep. I'm with
right,
you. I'm with you. So
right. What about you, Dave?
I remember we were ridiculed when we went to the airport to welcome.
Yeah, Facundo Torres.
We were ridiculed. People actually made fun of us. Um, Listen, the fact of the matter is that this Icelandic young man, which
He's
by
a
the way,
great player.
yes, he had on his Instagram like video of from his hotel window, and you can, if you're from Orlando, you can definitely, it's downtown Orlando, and the picture at the beach was taken by his girlfriend, who I believe is a flight attendant. And how do I know this? Um,
Man,
because a lot of the listeners of this show are thirsty, thirsty savages,
I don't want
and
to know, guys.
they were sending me pictures of the girlfriend's Instagram. Listen, I'm a
Incredible. That's no respect right
man.
here.
Come on, don't send me stuff like I don't care. I care what this guy
I
does
mean,
on the.
you found out the news. It works. You
Right,
got
Uh,
information.
Listen, I don't know, man. I just send me stuff like this, not this young girl in a bikini or whatever. I don't care about that. But anyhow, the fact is that Iceland has produced some great players. Obviously, they were the darling of the 2018 World Cup and a surprise in the Euros.
Yeah.
And if this guy is coming to ball, let him be. Orlando City is not in condition of be turning people away. And just like Paola said, Cesar Araujo, who I continue to say we took Montevideo Wanderers and we just stole money from them because I can't believe kid is only a $3 million player. I really can. I really can because the quality and the of play and we're just starting to scratch the surface with him. It's worth more than that money.
Oh, I totally agree. And I'm very excited to see Dan on the pitch for sure. And uh, you know, hope he kills it with Orlando. And if that's the last piece of the puzzle that we need to, not worry about, oh, are we gonna really make it to playoffs this year? Have that talk. You
in the
know,
middle of the season,
right mid-season, it always goes, are we gonna really make it to the playoffs, man? I really, I think hopefully this is the guy, and I if he's a Swiss Army knife, I'm all sold. I'm sold right there. So congratulations to Luis and to Ricardo, because they're definitely doing work and it shows. So hopefully, I wish the best to them. And just gonna to read some comments here. Etromic says, "LOL, Orlando City TMZ." Colin
that's actually
Garvey, he
funny.
says, "Instagram scouting." There you go. Right. Etromic. I don't have Kara's game, but game shot count and touches, but it seems we had trouble even finding him last season. Yeah, I think we did have some issues finding him. I think. But I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. No, for nothing, he scored 14 goals in the Austrian Bundesliga. That's just my opinion. I don't know what John believes in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it before on the pod. Is he's gonna get more chances this season, but he's got to take those chances, and I think that's exactly what we're looking for, and what Paula and Dave were talking about. He being the starter, but he's gonna have to keep his place. So when those chances come, if he doesn't take them, Enrique is gonna step in very quickly
And how
Yeah,
many
for
goals
sure.
last season? 11?
I think
11. Yeah,
12
12,
or
12
11 or
goals.
12,
12 for us
12.
Yeah,
in
So
MLS. Yeah.
that's not
like
bad.
not bad at all. Like,
No.
and he has little weapons now. Like I said before, there's no excuses this season for Kara and for Oscar Pareja. There's no excuses. So I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to have this mid-season conversation. Are we making it to the playoff or not? So let's see what happens.
And I want to give good news to the Orlando City family. Florian Thauvin, or Thovan, I guess that's how you pronounce it. He'll be leaving Tigres. He's one of their starting. He plays like the 8, I believe, too, and he plays the wing for Tigres. A very dynamic player. He used to play in Olympique Marseille, I want to say. OM, he played in OM before, and he was a phenomenal player, scouted by some of the best clubs in the world. And he chose to play in the Mexican League for money. And I guess he's just he's kind of tired of living in Mexico. So he got fed up with all the tacos and the enchiladas and things like that. So he's moving. They don't know yet. Transfer market doesn't know which part of Europe he's going to come back to, probably France again. But he's definitely out of Tigres as of now. He's no longer a Tigres player. So that's a little bit of breathing room there for Orlando, because now you're talking about only Guignac. He's probably the most dynamic player that they have on their roster right now, more name recognizable player. So, and he's also on his last years of playing the game too. So I think Orlando has a huge chance. So hopefully they're able to make history. So that's a couple of news right there regarding uh, Florian Thauvin. So again, I also wanted to just kind of touch base regarding the news. Right, this is the news for Sergio Luis Torres. Right, the Apple TV deal. 31 broadcasters were selected, and he just posted this on his Twitter. You can follow him at Ruiz Sergio on Twitter. He says, I would like to tell you about my next step in my career. I'll be part of the uh, group of talent of Apple TV for the Spanish broadcasting of the MLS in Espanol. Starting February the 1st, you will enjoy all the games, all the goals, and all the emotion of an MLS season pass. So I like this. I think this is fantastic. And I'm very delighted that he's going to join us next week for Loud and Proud. So, Dave, what can you say regarding this good piece
Well,
of news here?
well, first of all, Sergio has always been a friend to all podcasters. Certainly has been to me. Sergio was a constant guest at Tiro de Esquina. A guy of his stature, because one thing that a lot of people don't know, he was a journalist and narrator for his hometown club back in Venezuela. Sergio has an incredible story that I will let him tell us next week. Of he left his country to come here. It has to be with government persecution over an investigation that he was doing, where he found that the government was laundering drug money through the
Yeah.
league. So anyhow, he's a great storyteller, fantastic narrator. I know that obviously because it's in Spanish, maybe a lot of people all they know him for is the little clips that the club share on social media or at the stadium. But him and his companion, Israel Heredia, who unfortunately is not going to be joining him in MLS, on Apple Plus, I should say. They just gave some great narrations, and Miguel Gallardo was the third mic for the Spanish broadcast for a couple of years. So with that said, basically. I gotta tell you that the names that they have picked for the Spanish broadcast, I mean heavy hitters. JP Navarro, this guy, one of probably the best broadcasters in the United States, in my opinion. He's gonna be there. Also, Orlando City legend Jamie Watson is gonna be part
Yeah,
of.
Jamie Watson. Yeah.
Yes, anytime I remember Jamie, he has been so gracious. Every time I see him, he treats me as a longtime friend that he has not seen in a while. So I wish this guy's nothing but the best. The club already sent an email to the season ticket members about their logins. I believe that next week they're going to be expanding on that. Just a reminder, if you're a season ticket member, you get your Apple Plus free for the season. So another incentive if you haven't thought of getting season tickets, well, there it is. You get Apple Plus free. I believe the whole season is about $99. If you do it before, I think it was before February 1st, it will be like $75 or so. So if you're on the fence, maybe this will persuade you to get season tickets.
Yeah, it's gonna be I'm definitely gonna be there. I'm gonna pay my $15, man. Plus, I can see really great shows with Apple TV. So, hopefully, they do another. You know, the guy. Oh man, what was that?
You're talking about the next season of Ted Lasso. It's coming.
Ted
Don't
Lasso.
worry.
Yeah,
Ted
there you go.
Lasso.
I need to
Yep.
see that. Yeah, I need to see that. So, rapid fire right here before we close. Sad to say, the Pride parted ways with Eric McLeod and Gunny John's daughter. To me, two cornerstones of the club. After Morgan and Sydney Leroux left, they're going to leave to play in the Icelandic league. I think Gunny misses home, and they're definitely calling it quits for Orlando. That's I believe, a huge blow for the Orlando Pride team. On the way of leadership. I'm just going to say this because I've met both of them and I know what they mean to this organization. I also want to say that some rapid fire when it comes to Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie just transferred the U.S. men's national team. Weston McKennie. He's no longer in Juventus. He's going to be joining teammate Tyler Adams and Brendan Aronson at Leeds United. So this is great news for the national team. I think Leeds is definitely a hotbed of Americans. They're trying. It's almost half the national team in there. So I wish him nothing but the best. Also, Kyle Aaron scored his first goal in the Spanish La Liga.
In purple.
So in purple in Valladolid, Ronaldo's team. By the way, Ronaldo Nazario, one of the best nines in the world. His team, he scored in the first game. So wish the best to him. Definitely exciting news. I also want to say that Orlando Pride announced his 2023 season roster already with 28 players to prepare for the NWSL season. And some of the names I'm going to say: Kaylee Collins, starting goalkeeper. To me, I'm excited for this. Kerry Abello, a full season of Kerry Abello. He had a fantastic season last season. Celia Jimenez also. Mega Montefusco, Carly Strom stays. Carrie Lawrence stays. We're going to see Caitlin Cosme. And up forwards, Leah Pruitt. To me, she's going to be fantastic this year. So if she's watching, I want to say hello to Leah. Erica Timrak as well. And Marta is back, guys. So Marta is back. So Julie Doyle as well. And Haley Bujeha from Hungary. She'll be definitely also playing some of the forwards. So Orlando Pride trying to definitely make statement this season in the NWSL. Hopefully, they're able to definitely make a splash. And I do want to announce also that they just got a new GM. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the info right here. Her name is Haley Carter. She used to be the Houston Dash goalkeeper. So this is her picture right here. Thank you to Orlando City Communications for the pictures. She's definitely going to be a kind of like the same position that Ian Fleming had. It's exactly the same position. GM role, executive leadership, and I believe the Pride needs definitely some guidance to make the next step, which is what every single fan of the Pride is looking for. So real quick, John, thoughts about this move?
I think it's good. Yeah. I mean, the Pride, obviously, they need someone to steer the ship, both from a back office and a front office situation, someone to guide the players and the coach. And it seems like Haley could be that person. I mean, I was impressed by her resume. I think the fact that she has a military background, being a Marine, and watching her video, it seems that she's very assertive and she knows what she wants to do. She's got a game plan. She wants to come in and she wants to, what I would say, right the ship, as it were, get this team on track. And she believes that we've got the talent in the coach to do that. I believe so too. There's no reason why the Pride should not be a top NWSL team. And looks like Haley might be the person to lead us there. So I hope so.
What about your thoughts there, Dave, regarding this move by Orlando Pride?
Oh, like just like John said, it's I think it's time to steady the ship. Uh, Pride is a team that we could spend 2 hours talking about everything that has gone wrong with it. With the men's side finally producing and being stable, I think it's time for the women to do the same. Haley Carter played for Navy for the Naval Academy, and after that, she fulfilled her 5 year commitment in the Marine Corps. 3 tours, combat tours in Iraq. So this is somebody that doesn't have to prove anything to nobody. Uh, a former professional player, and and one of the things that happens in the academies, yeah, you get free education, but in return you have to give 5 years of your life to either the Marine Corps or the Navy in this case. And so it's tough for these players because not only do they have to do their coursework, their military bearing, and play professionally. Not professionally, but be a student athlete. It's a great commitment, and unfortunately for them, after their school is done, it's not like they can go play professionally right away. They gotta fulfill that commitment or pay the government back the money. So I have high expectations of her, just based on that background. Her personal, she's somebody that volunteers with Girl Scouts and does a lot with the community. And I think that's the type of person that we need, somebody that of high moral value and commitment, that will come in and elevate this team to where it needs to be. Because I'm sad to see that the Pride is usually the butt of all jokes, and the team that finishes at the bottom of the standings.
All right. Colin Garby says it's pretty clear that the Wolves are all in on the Pride. Loving the new hires. I really hope they get rewarded with a winning season in 2023. I truly agree. I couldn't agree more. Go support the Pride this year, guys. If you're a season ticket holder, go and support the Pride. I can tell you, Carrie Abello, Leah Pruitt, Ellie Watt. I mean, and also the new signing too, ex KC goalkeeper, right? We just signed her as well. Miss Carly Nelson. She's back from Denmark. She was playing in the Danish league. And so she's now signed a 2 year contract with Orlando Pride. I was at Orlando City. I was gonna be a big blasphemy, guys. I was in Orlando Pride, 2 year contract, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming for the Pride. So, guys, you guys need to go and support the Pride as well. Jim D, anybody going to the New England scrimmage on the 18th? I hope we get a sneak peek at our new players and their chemistry. What are your thoughts regarding that, Paola?
I hope that I can go. I'm all in, and I'm with Jamie D. This is the sneak peek, the questions that we have been asking all the preseason. We are getting answers. We're getting a pre sneak peek of the starting 11 probably that day. So I'm all in probably that day, so I can see the starting 11 that day.
All right. So I want to thank John, Paola, and David for being with me today, and all of you that are listening on our Spotify and Apple podcasts. Thank you so much for your support. Keep supporting us as well. We're going to be looking for some new members for an Orlando Pride podcast. So if you are interested, DM us on Instagram, and we'll be able to talk to you regarding the project that we're trying to launch this year for the Pride. We would like to give you all hands, all eyes on the Pride. So if you're interested, definitely hit us up. Also, I want to encourage to you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're 508 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Click on all notification on the notification bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to add anything else, vamos Orlando, right? Let's go. I'll see you guys next weekend.
Vamos, Orlando.
Vamos Orlando.
Vamos, Orlando.